No, he's listening to this because he'll barge through the door at work and say, "What have you been saying about me?"
No, he won't barge. He'll come in very slowly.
Very slowly. And it will be the fastest we've seen him move in his life.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Can we talk about this, please? Even if he starts typing in a comment now, by the time this goes out, he might just about finish it. Bless him. We're on.
We're on.
Do you want to take this one? Or do you want me to take this one? Go on then, over to you.
Oh, bloody hell.
Are you sure you're taking this one?
We're recording now.
We're recording now. We are live now.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Hello and welcome back. Perhaps to the How I Failed in Business podcast. For fuck's sake.
It was going so well. You were ready to go fully on stage a second ago.
I was, and I think that might have been easier. Do you know what it is? It's after lunch. We've just had a Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
my head's all over the place.
I think we've gone we've gone through major extreme emotions today because we had a nice chilled out lunch. You ate a 5-course meal.
I did, and it was lovely.
And then you're naturally going to fall into a food coma.
Mm-hmm.
We then ran around the office.
Yeah.
So I think by the time this comes out, it'll be after. But obviously, at the time of recording, it was just on the run up to Easter.
Podcast magic. We actually
exactly
at Easter.
But yeah, so we did a big podcast hunt. I was dressed as Simon the Cow.
A podcast hunt?
No, an Easter egg hunt. Sorry. That's how bad we've become. We are just tired.
Living and breathing.
Do you know what? It's literally the first thing I think about when I wake up is what are we recording today? What are we editing today? But we didn't hunt down podcasts. We hunted down Easter eggs. You guys lost. You guys came last. I was surprised.
We did. And I was ready to fight, but I think Connor didn't have the same fight in him. Sorry, Connor.
I think he may have let you down. I've watched some of the footage back. And he just looked his usual slow self. Have you noticed that with Connor?
That he's a bit slow?
Yeah, not mentally. If you ask him to do anything, he takes his time.
He's got no sense of urgency, that boy.
Yeah, there's no rush. It will happen. He'll do it. But sometimes you'll be like, oh, Connor, can you pass me...
Smooth is fast for Connor. But he never seems to get fast.
No, it's like watching a sloth at times. You'd be like, Connor, can you pass me... that thing over there? Okay, Rob. And he just takes his time, bless him.
My favourite thing about sloths, have you heard this? Sorry, you said sloths and I got really excited.
No, tell me.
I really want to go to Costa Rica. Sorry, I keep talking about travelling. I do want to stay here. I keep talking about how I
That's
away.
Fine. I've just implemented a whole new holiday scheme just for you to get time off, but it's okay. I'm glad that you want to stay. So tell me about your sloths.
They're so lazy. Do you know what their number one cause of death is?
What?
They
you can't laugh after saying that.
They hang from trees and they die because they grab their arm thinking it's a branch and fall.
Oh no.
Which isn't funny, it's really, really sad.
It's not. Maybe we should use this podcast to raise awareness.
I would love that.
To what could you do to fix that though? Implement nets underneath?
Yeah, but little trampolines.
Yeah, I think that'll bring a whole new sort of tourist attraction, just seeing these sloths just bouncing up and down. But
so anyway,
I didn't know that I didn't know people were supposed to have a favourite thing about sloths.
Everyone should have a favourite thing about sloths. They're adorable.
They are quite cute, to be fair. They are quite cute. I've seen the videos of them walking very slowly across the road or crawling very slowly across the road. Yeah, and now we hire a sloth in the form of Connor.
We do. Oh, Connor.
I hope he's listening to this. Connor, if you are listening to this, please drop a comment below.
We'll know he's listening to this because he'll barge through the door at work and say, "What have you been saying about me?"
No, he won't barge. He'll come in very slowly.
Very slowly. And it will be the fastest we've seen him move in his life.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Can we talk about this, please? Even if he starts typing in a comment now, by the time this goes out, he might just about finish it. Bless him. But yeah, so we finished our Easter egg hunt.
Yes,
so you and Connor came last, and he got down to a tie break. And who won in the... Oh, no, it was Eloise and Molly.
Molly won.
Molly won the podcast. So do head on over to...
Easter egg hunt.
God, sorry. The Easter egg hunt, you are right. Head on over to the Paragon Cell Solutions socials. You'll see some videos and content.
Some very interesting costumes being worn by the man himself, Rob Spence.
I think I pull it off well.
I mean, as well as anyone would pull off. I mean, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but you can find that out for yourselves.
Yeah, and it's certainly not an Easter bunny. Is it?
Yeah, spoiler alert. Whatever you're thinking it is, it's probably not that.
No, I mean, it's still a farmyard animal. Maybe we should get a sloth outfit. Maybe.
I'd love that.
That'd be pretty cute. But yeah, so do go check those out. But it was good fun, all the same. And I suppose we should probably talk about the podcast.
Yeah, we probably should talk about what we actually came on here to talk about.
People have tuned in, ready for some business chat, some business dilemmas.
You're not find it here.
And we've literally provided some statistics on sloths, the most common way that a sloth dies.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't ever say that this podcast isn't educational.
Exactly.
Because it brings everything to the forefront. But so now I'm losing count as to where we are. I think this is episode 5.
Yes, I believe so.
I think so.
If we're counting the introduction as an episode, we are now on episode 5.
No, so I've not counted that.
Actually.
So we've got Lisa's main one.
Yeah.
No, so we had our... Oh, sorry. So our kind of initial one that we videoed. Then we've got Lisa. Then we've got Lisa's summary. Then we've got Ben's, which was last week. So this is now the 5th.
You've missed the one that we did for you.
Oh, that was the trailer. Oh, so that's that one. That's number 1.
Episode 5. Episode 5.
We are so professional. So professional. So this is the 5th one.
Listen to us count on our fingers.
Exactly. And we're even struggling with that. But a great episode last week with Ben Knowles. Now, you weren't there.
No, I wasn't. I was not there. This was pre-me.
And it was actually even before you were even in the business. So I looked back and it was recorded in December of 2023.
Wow.
So this was actually the original pilot for this new concept. So if you look at the title, I've put in the title Pilots because it was the original pilot. It was supposed to be the first one that we were ever going to do, ever going to release. And that's why, if you look at the videos, I look so chunky. It is unbelievable. I was even
Chunky
like...
monkey.
100%. I didn't want to release the video, but I think for educational purposes, I think it's worthy doing so. But Ben Knowles, so he's the owner of Ben's Kitchen, as you would have heard last week. Incredible chef, incredible cook, incredible creative. So I first heard of Ben when I was selling fine food ingredients. So he generated a really good reputation as being one of the best chefs in Leicester. And at the time, he was at was it a golf course? I think it was a golf course for doing probably the best Sunday roasts in Leicestershire.
Ooh, you can get to my heart with a Sunday roast.
Are you a Sunday roast fan?
I think they're an absolute ball ache to make, but I will eat one anytime it's put in front of me. I had one
even
on
on
a week, actually. It's fantastic.
On a Tuesday?
It's got to be on a Sunday.
Yeah, but you said any day of the at any time.
Okay, well, that's a turn of phrase.
Oh,
on
okay.
a Sunday.
Yeah. What's your roast of choice?
I like just chicken, but I do like beef.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything really but gammon.
Yeah. It's been a bad month when you're eating gammon,
Yeah.
I think, for a Sunday roast. But he used to do those, so it was nice to, I've always kind of spoken to him, known of him, but it was nice to learn a little bit more about his story. And it was nice to kind of hear a bit more about, obviously, I think a lot of the hospitality trade suffered badly during COVID.
Yes.
And it was nice to hear a bit more about sort of what he did differently during COVID, just to kind of make up for revenue and so on. And it's really funny because I'm looking at you and you've not even heard any of this.
No, I have not. We decided that I would go into these episodes blind. So for these ones where I wasn't in the original podcast episode, all I'm going to hear is the clips as we play them now. That's how we've decided we're going to do it.
Exactly. But I've pulled out 3 clips. Well, it's kind of 2.5 clips, really, in the grand scheme of things, because there was some really good value. Now, I think in the grand scheme of things, the interview with Ben was shorter than all the others. I'm not too sure why it happened that way, but we managed to create some great value out there. Ben was a great sport, really funny, lots of laughs, and as always, we ended up just poking a lot of fun at Rhea. Sorry, Rhea.
Sorry, Rhea.
Sorry. But shall we dive into some of these sound bites then?
Let's go ahead.
So let's go with this first one. I'll be honest, I think so far it's probably been the most, although we approached it quite tongue in cheek, probably the most serious dilemma we've had so far.
I'm excited.
Let's give it a listen.
Let's get started.
It just took off and I suddenly had to become VAT registered, and for 5 months we were waiting or my accountants were waiting to receive a code of some sort. And anyway, I was trading away, doing what I was doing, and 5 months down the line, I got a phone call from my accountant. Right, Ben, first VAT bill's come through. It's 5 months worth of VAT. you owe just shy of £25,000. And I was like, what? Where do I get this from? I did not have anywhere near that amount of money.
You sure you don't want anything
on my
from
bank?
the bar?
Yeah. I could have done with one then, I tell you. And it was just a big schoolboy error. So
25 grand.
25 grand.
That's not a shy amount of money, really, is it?
That's big boy money.
That's almost what you earn in a day. That's
Almost.
That is a lot. That is a lot of money. And I think, like, you know, I mean, I really love the fact that Ben's been willing to kind of talk about that so openly.
Really open and honest. Not just to admit that he sort of got that himself in that situation, but to the degree that he did, you know, to be so honest about the heroes and zeros. Yeah, I mean, we've discussed this a little bit. I am not an owner of a business. I am employed by you. I have no experience in owning a business like you didn't 6 years ago.
Yeah, true.
I wouldn't know where to start.
No.
I wouldn't know that I needed to file this stuff. I wouldn't know how to do it. And obviously that's why you hire people and employ people to take care of this for you. But I can see how it would be so incredibly easy to get yourself into a situation if you don't know that situation exists.
100%. And I know they've recently changed the brackets. I think in the recent budget, and please do correct me right or wrong, accountants that are listening, I think it's just been raised out to £83,000 in a financial year. So if you go over that threshold, that's when tax becomes applicable. But I even remember when we became sort of VAT liable, and it was scary for us. Now, in theory, as a business, it's easier for us because we're a B2B kind of industry. So we naturally can add that 20% on and then, you know, send it off. We're just money handlers for the government, really. We are money launderers. So it's easy for us. But obviously Ben was in a situation where this was all B2C. These were consumers that just suddenly had to do it. And I still remember my accountant, I think she emailed me. She said, "Oh, Rob, we need to have a call because you've just gone over the threshold." And it is kind of like a bit of a bittersweet feeling. Because you're like...
You've made it in one sense, but you've lost it in another.
Yeah, 100%. You're like, wow, we're now making, like, good money.
Yeah.
Like, this is fantastic. Like, we're now big boys. We're now big girls, you know? But it's also like, well, what do we do? How do we do this? How do we process things? We were lucky because we'd already got all the digital software in place. So in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't an issue. But we were working at the time with a lot of smaller companies of whom did not... who weren't VAT registered. Yeah. So then obviously for themselves, they then, in theory, we were putting our prices up by 20% for them. So it was like, I think we lost one or two clients, I think, because of that. So yeah, fair play to Ben for being so honest about it. And he does, I'll play the next soundbite in a second. He does talk about a little bit about other mistakes and, you know, obviously payment plans and stuff. But I mean, what would you do if someone handed you a bill for 25 grand?
Hi, Rob. Can you write me a check, please? Promise I'll pay you back.
I know it is horrible. Like, although we're joking about, I know there's a lot of companies and businesses that will struggle because of this.
I mean, I would have to get slapped with a much lesser fine to, I'm sure, feel that stressed. I mean, it must have been an absolutely daunting moment where kind of everything feels like it's all over, but you can't let it be all over because, you know, you have employees, you have other people that are dependent on you, things that you've got to be doing. So you do just have to the days keep on ticking by, even though you're frozen in this moment of shock yourself. You've just got to kickstart that back again. Yeah. And 100%. Hearing how Ben did it is...
And I think, like, we say it quite a lot on this podcast, but, like, it's kind of raised in the next little soundbite as well, but I've always found it shocking how unhelpful the HMRC can be.
Yeah, what's that? Life, death and taxes.
Be
certain of.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, we've all got to do them, but, like, the second you need that money, the second you need to pay the HMRC that money, you'd expect the HMRC to be like, hey, listen, This is your first time. We're going to work you through. We're going to talk you through. We're going to communicate. We're going to sort you out.
No, there's no armbands with taxes.
It's
they just throw you straight in the deep end.
Brown letter lands on your desk. You owe this much money.
That brown envelope that no one wants to see.
No, 100%. But yeah, so fair. And Ben, obviously, I'm sure you're listening. I really appreciate you sharing that because I think it's brave to kind of
Incredibly so.
open up in that way. But I think it's like really relevant for our listeners because there's going to be so many out there.
And for you guys that are listening that are just getting started out, just to know, hey, this stuff happens, and it will probably feel like the end of the world at the time. But yeah, Ben is a success story that you're looking at, not a failing in business.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. I like that. So this is kind of pretty much a continuation of the last little bit, really.
I feel like I kind of, again, it was a schoolboy era. Did I really know what I was doing? No, I didn't. I was young, naive, thought I knew everything, thought I was the, top dog, and I wasn't. And it soon was a rude awakening. I had to set up a payment plan and pay that over the next couple of years or so. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I've still done some schoolboy errors since then. I still do to this day, but nowhere near as bad as that. And everything I'm just learning from. So yeah, I just keep on going.
So yeah, I think, like I said, that does carry on from the last little bit. But I thought, once again, what was refreshing to hear from Ben is the fact that he literally kind of personified this whole show. Like, we all mess up. We all make mistakes. Things go wrong. Things aren't always plain sailing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's that famous quote, life's what happens when you're busy making other plans. It's like you don't go into something thinking, I really want to get myself into a large amount of debt here. I think that would be a really great way to start a business. Trying to make money, not have it taken away from you.
Absolutely. And I assume, if memory serves right, that was, just at about a time of COVID and just, so at a time that became really bad for anyone in the hospitality sector, but I think, and I think we said it with Lisa. I'm sure it was Lisa we said it, but there is this misconception that business owners just know what to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that because you have this business mindset, because you're entrepreneurial, that means that you know the ins and outs of everything to do with business. And that can't be true, because so much of business and so much of life can only be learned through experiences. And to think that all those experiences are going to be positive is just an extremely naive way of thinking about the world, really. So sometimes you have to learn things the hard way, but you've learnt the lesson nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when I was starting out the business. So before, because I'm a massive nerd, I'd read literally every book I could get my hands on about business, sales, marketing. I read as many, biographies or autobiographies of the most famous entrepreneurs in the world, thinking that would give me a great education. And Jesus, how wrong was I? Like, day one of business, you just don't, no one prepares you for those early stages.
Yeah. I mean, in the interview that I did with you, you were talking about the first time you had to send off a payslip.
Yeah.
And at a much smaller scale than Ben's problem. But, these are the little things that no one's there to hold your hands for. People tell the big, sexy stories.
Yeah. Exactly. And once again, that's what I want to get on these podcasts, and even to this day, I'm sure if I really thought, I could tell you a mistake or something dodgy that I did the other day, I mean, look, here's one for you. I don't think I told you this, completely forgot about this. So late last year, I mean, it's completely irrelevant to the accounting story, but late last year, I was talking to a company based down in London, government-backed company. And they were running training courses and they wanted some lead generation. And I'd had call after call with them, really pitched, and they decided to go with someone else. No qualm. I get it. People make mistakes, obviously. Should always come to us.
Paragon of sales.
Exactly. And so we sent, obviously the conversations ended. I still sent the gentleman I was speaking to a Christmas card and so on. And it was sometime, so early 2024, like really early 2024, I saw an email in my inbox and it said, you have missed the chance for this tender. And I read through the email, and what had happened was, whilst I was down in London, I must have just been like deleting emails just to keep my inbox as clear as possible. I missed a tender request from that same company to the value of £25,000. So for me to put in a tender to the value of 25 grand. So ironically, which is what Ben owed in VAT. Obviously, I called up the CEO, said, look, I know we've missed it. I'm still going to send it in. I apologise. Obviously, we didn't get the work. Yeah. But that was a massive mistake. Yeah. A massive mistake. That was a big piece of work that I'd put a lot of work in with the people before. Mm-hmm. Of course, putting in a tender or putting in a quote isn't guaranteed income. It's not guaranteed work. No. But one would argue we had a very good chance of getting that work. Yeah. So for me, probably my biggest mistake over the last few months was just missing that email.
Oversight, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't, I'm normally very good. I'm normally, I read everything.
Pretty militant with your emails.
Yeah, I'm normally on top of everything. And the only thing I can think of is, because I was in London and I was away from my computer a lot and doing X, Y, Z, I think I was just, rushing.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
And if I'd have just taken the time, we could have proposed, we could have quoted. Like I said, we might not have got the work, but so we all mess up.
We do.
More so than others. Some more than others, I should say. Let's listen to this final sound bit. Now, this sound bit's quite long, so get yourself comfy.
Yeah.
But this is a story we share quite often here on this podcast. And at some stage, we will give up on it once more mistakes happen.
Yeah. And someone needs to do something worse, and then we'll stop talking about it.
Exactly. And just to give everyone a bit of context, if you haven't watched the episode with Ben from last week, I do encourage you to go and listen to it. It's a great episode. But we were sharing a story about someone in the office, and I was trying my damn hardest to keep it all anonymous. Fairly new to a company. I'm not even going to read it. Fairly new to no, I will, because it makes it look a bit more professional. Fairly new to a company. I received a phishing email from my boss, in which the email said, "Hi, Rhea." Oh no! Where it said, "Hi, Anonymous. I need to send you on a top secret mission. I need you to buy some gift cards for some clients. WhatsApp me your number and I'll send you the instructions." Okay. So bearing in mind, this boss, I believe, was sat upstairs, no illusion as to what was going on. And this boss, anonymously, was checking the cameras on the CCTV and noticed that this anonymous team member was nowhere to be seen. 20 minutes went by, half an hour went by, vanished. So the boss calls up this anonymous team member and says, "Look, where are you?" And the team member goes, "Oh, I'm at Tesco." "What do you mean, where am I?" "I'm at Tesco." And I remember, do you know, I can't play this as a third person. This is Rhea, okay? This is Rhea off camera, okay? This is what happened to Rhea. So I'm calling Rhea going, "Where are you? What's going on? Like, I've not seen you in ages. Is everything all right?" And I remember when she said she was at Tesco, I was furious. I was like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. If you need lunch, just wait till lunchtime. Bless her. She'd had this phishing scam email. Basically, this person managed to persuade Rhea, right, to buy £500 worth of gift cards, iTunes gift card. Was it iTunes or? Yeah, gift cards, right? And bless Rhea, not only, right, had she gone to the shop. Rhea doesn't drive. So Rhea had walked to our local, the smaller Tesco's, realised that she couldn't buy £500 worth of gift cards. Yeah. Got on a bus down to the big one in our big major sort of, next city along, right? And on the way, called her dad about...
Shouldn't have told you about this.
About how proud she was that her boss had sent her on this top secret mission.
That was brilliant.
Luckily, by the time I'd called her, she'd just you just bought them, I think, can you? Just bought the gift cards, the gift vouchers. Hadn't got to the stage of scratching the number off and sending the photo to the scammers, because obviously if she'd have done that, then the money would have been gone. Managed to come down, pick her up at Tesco, floods of tears. That was me, not her. So what have I employed? I think at some stage we do need to give Rhea a bit of a break on that story. Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Bless her.
She's
I think we're
sick to death of us. I think.
Yeah, but it's probably one of the most hilarious things we've ever that's ever happened to me in a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
it's one of those things where you're like, surely not.
Oh, honestly, I still remember that day and just talking around to the whole team, giving them a cyber security talk, just saying, don't Just don't fall for these things. Don't click on links.
We do get hit quite a lot. We do. I think I got one earlier today.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Saying it was from me?
It's
Or?
Rob Spence, and then you look at the email address and it's like just numbers and letters.
Yeah, that's all you do, isn't
At
it?
gmail.com. It's like, send me your WhatsApp number. No, I don't think I will.
The thing is, I mean, look, after that incident and for how often we talk about it, I'm hoping it never happens to us as a company
Oh, yeah.
ever again.
Sure.
And obviously, you know, we are poking fun at Rhea, but to all you business owners out there, it might be worth just having a little chat with your team.
Yeah. If you think something's silly, it can happen to someone that you believed is intelligent.
Oh, poor Rhea. But it can happen to the best of us, you know.
Absolutely.
It happens to the best of us. Maybe on the show, we need to get a cybersecurity professional in.
Oh, I would love that.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Is cybersecurity like high on your priorities? Is it like sloths, cybersecurity professionals, travelling? Does it go down in that order?
In that order. In that
Right.
order, precisely.
But maybe, so if you are listening to this and you are a cybersecurity professional or you work in IT, why don't you come on the show? Share some of the stories. Maybe we can put Rhea's mind at rest in letting her know that she's not the only one. Okay.
I feel like she's definitely not the only one.
Oh, 100%. No, exactly. But yeah, please do. Of course, if you do want to come on the show, all you've got to do is send us a DM on whichever platform you're listening to. Yeah. Find our socials. We're on Instagram, TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on X. What are we not on?
Sick of us. We're on everything.
Exactly. We're like a rash. Just messages. Could that be our new tagline?
Yeah.
We are a rash.
Like a rash.
Or, of course, just email in howifailedinbusiness@gmail.com. We'll probably get a proper email at some stage. Yeah. But yeah, email into howifailedinbusiness@gmail.com. Just let us know you want to be on the show. We'll come to you. You can come to us. And, of course, if you want to share any of your stories, your dilemmas, your mishaps, your mistakes, anything, email in. We can keep it anonymous. I'll try not to let a name slip like I did with Rhea there.
Yeah, we'd love to. If you don't think that you actually want to be on the podcast, we'd absolutely still love to run through any of the funny stories that you have, whether they pertain to what we've talked about in the episode or not. If you just think they're quite funny, or if you think someone could learn from them, email them in.
Yeah, absolutely. You win more brownie points if you make us laugh, though.
Yes.
More brownie points that way. But I think that's kind of taken us naturally towards the end of the show, really, Sophia. Yeah. I think we're all podcasted out today.
I think so, absolutely. I'm going to go and eat another Easter egg.
Are you really? Have you devoured all those already? So after this,
I had two.
After this Easter egg hunt, right? So we obviously there was all these like little Easter eggs, and every team. How many? You had about 6, not to eat, but 4. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, 'cause you lost. But you were the first. We hadn't even finished the Easter egg hunt, and you just started unwrapping them.
Look, I was a bit snacky after my 5-course meal that I had for lunch. I wanted some dessert.
An hour earlier.
Yes.
Exactly. Were they nice? Was it nice chocolate though? Was it, or was it just the
nice
cheap
chocolate.
stuff?
It was classic Easter chocolate, which they put something in it, I'm sure.
I do think there is a conspiracy because Easter chocolate just tastes so much better in egg form. It doesn't matter what chocolate it is, as long as it's in egg form. Do you think it is? Maybe.
I think so.
Absolutely. Maybe we should get a chocolatier on to explain to us.
Let's get a chocolatier on. I would love that.
Exactly. Who do you want to round this one off, or would you like me to round this one off?
Hey, you're already talking. You take the lead on it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, you opened us up anyway.
I did. Sorry to be selfish.
No, I'm getting used to it now. But Sophia, it's been great. It's been a pleasure. Thank you to you, the viewers. No, the listeners.
The listeners.
I should say on this one.
This is a podcast.
This is a podcast. God, I've said the word podcast so many times today. Thanks so much for listening. It is truly appreciated. Just could you please do us a favour before you do anything? No matter what device you are listening to, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, leave us a 5-star review. Right now, I don't want to sound beggy. We are recording this in our little phone booth, and we cannot upgrade to the next best booth without your support. So please do hit that follow button. Please. Share with your friends, family. If you do want to come on the show, get in touch with us. And stay tuned next week. We've got more guests coming on. So next Tuesday, we will have... I should have probably prepared this, actually. We'll have someone. Next week, we've got Jane. We've got Jane Brewer's interview coming on, which is another one you weren't a part of.
No, but eager to hear what happened.
Oh, Jane was a great interview and one not to be missed. You can learn Jane had a very hidden past that I wasn't aware of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very. I don't want to reveal too much.
That's a hook if ever I've heard one.
Yeah, but I'll paint the picture. She's a former teacher, potentially a former head teacher. Really well presented. She still works in education, does some great work in the education sector. But she's got a past that I wasn't aware of. I don't think is on her LinkedIn, and she revealed it to us, and we'll reveal that in the next episode.
We'll definitely come back for that then.
Exactly. Thank you so much for listening. I've been Rob Spence.
I've been Sophia Grace.
And until next time. Yeah. What were you going to say? You say it.
I was going to say, and we've been How I Feel in Business, but you've ruined my little line now.
Go for it again. We'll pretend that you didn't say that. I've been Rob Spence.
I've been Sophia Grace. And we've been
How I Failed in Business. Oh, yeah, that was all right, actually. Well,
So, boss man.
Yes, Sophia.
What is Paragon Sales Solutions?
Paragon Sales Solutions are the best outsourced sales and marketing agency known to man and womankind. They offer a whole array of services, all designed to help you make more sales. Now, Sophia, let me ask you a question. Do you know any business that doesn't want to make more sales?
I don't know a single business that doesn't want to make more sales.
Exactly. And that's where we come in. We do everything from consultancy, coaching, mentoring, right through to telesales, digital marketing, everything any business needs to grow their sales, we do it.
Amazing.
Does that answer your question?
It does.
Perfect. If you, Sophia, or anyone listening would like to get in touch, head on over to paragonsales.solutions.co.uk, learn a little bit more about the business. Nearly messed up. Kind of brought it back. Might need to just tidy that up a little bit. Head on over to the website, www.paragonsales.solutions.co.uk. Have a search for us on all social media platforms, and we will be in touch.
We will.
We will. That was a bad call to action.